All right, so we have our call, but I first wanted to start out with how awesome the month really was. You guys did so good. It is such a hard month, and I think it's because everybody's like finishing up their vacations or going right back to school, and it's really hard for them to think about anything else, adding anything else to their plate if they're not already working out. And it just kind of is a dry month. Usually the last quarter is actually usually the toughest as far as health and fitness, because people are kind of like, oh, we didn't reach our weight loss goals. Screw it. We'll just start January 1st. So I'm just super proud of, Cari, you're just a constant. You're a rock solid constant, and I love it. You're quietly, continually building the business. And I keep checking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, one day I'm just going to just be diamond, oh my goodness, what's going on with my screen? Oh, I've got my, what? Hold on, I've got my macro? No, I don't know what that is going on there on my screen. That is weird, but we will just have to, is my annotations off? I don't want color, turn off. Clear. All drawing, and I don't know how to turn those off, so just make sure I don't do that. That's weird. Okay, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. But anyway, Cari, again, you're just a rock solid, just continually doing it, and I appreciate how you are a trusted person with the people that you talk to, because you are continually helping them. Carolyn and Mary, that was a continual messaging and working that out, and just sweating it out the last minute. So congratulations you guys for hitting Success Club very last minute. And then that means, Carolyn, you have hit the guest starter. So I'm super excited to be able to see you at Summit next year. And Mary, awesome job for hitting Emerald and hitting Success Club as well. So we have Honor Roll. Sarah and Amy, Michelle, you guys all made it on the board. And so again, that just means you're helping people, you're reaching out, and you're making things happen. So good job to everybody. Our announcements are Coach Summit. That's sold out in the first 2 days. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, July 16th, 17th, and 18th, I believe, with coach-led trainings on the 15th. I need to double check that, or the 16th. Anyway, middle of July. And we have a hotel room. I'd love to be able to have to book another one for everybody to come. If you're serious about growing this business, then you need to get on the wait list. It costs nothing to get on the wait list. And that is where everybody who's serious about building their business meets and trains, and you hear from top coaches in their classes. And then you also, it's awesome because it's the hallway chats where you're sitting in line and you're talking to people and you're gathering information and ideas and how people do, and you find success partners, and it's just, you see the big vision. I mean, there's nothing like it, and I don't even know, I mean, Music City Hall is where we're going to have the convention. It was at the MGM Grand the last 5 years, and I can tell you there with 10,000 other coaches, it was amazing to sit and see the transformations and the awards that they're giving to people who have lost the weight, and they're thanking the coach. That's awesome. And then the other thing that's awesome is, like on the National Coach Call that Brittany Leggett said, it's just normal people who are up there and they're paying off their mortgage and they're, reaching ranks, and they're not, not to downplay them, but they are, you look at them and you're like, you don't have anything more. You weren't given anything more. There wasn't any special edge that you had. Just a normal mom, a normal dad, a normal person who just consistently showed up and never gave up. So that's a huge, huge reason to be at Coach Summit. Cancun is the Success Club trip. There's no reason why everybody shouldn't just be on the wait list for that. I'm going to be posting the links to actually go and register for these. That is the trip that is a Success Club push. And for every Success Club point you get, they take $5 if you make Success Club 5, $10 if you make Success, or $5 up to 1, 2, 3, or 4 Success Club points, and then $10 if you make Success Club 5 or greater for every Success Club point off of the price. So I went to the Grand Cayman Islands in Cozumel, Mexico on a cruise ship last year, and I paid for my airfare. That's all I had to pay for because everything else was taken care of because I reached Success Club and Beachbody then paid that off. So that's an awesome trip to be on because you're with people who are making Success Club. Super Saturday. Alice, you asked me about those of us in Utah. Yes, there's a Super Saturday. Here in Utah, they're being held all over the nation. Sometimes there's Super Sunday. I can put the link to check to see where yours is going to be. And Utah's, we're trying to double check a location and making sure everything's cool with that. But it's on the 27th of September. And that's where we locally get together and we hear local stories and we team up with other coaches and they're not even on our team. We get to hear their stories and their strategies and their lessons. And there's lots of things I took from my last Super Saturday that I now implement into my videos. And you know, if you listen to my video about a Why So Big You Cry, the 2 examples I give that explain why it's important came from Super Saturday. So a lot of aha moments going on there. You get to do a workout with everybody. It's super fun to meet the local people here and where you are who are coaches. So we'll post all extra information. And then 21-day fixed challenge pack is on sale for $140. And then if you make Success Club this month, you get a P90 t-shirt, which means that you can start promoting that and doing the wear and share and going out. People are like, P90, well, isn't that like Power 90? You're like, no, it's not like Power 90 at all. It's not like P90X either. It's the on-ramp to fitness. So it helps to be able to start conversations. Now, I want to jump really quick to this because I know I said that we're going to talk about social media and how you get to be the person that even people are sending you friend requests. And here's the deal. There's a difference between finding and attracting. It's a huge difference. And right now, you guys are, as newer coaches, you are finding people, you're connecting with old high school friends, that sort of thing. But I want you guys to get in the mindset of attracting people, attracting the people who want to be near you, want to learn from you, want to know what you're up to. Being the type of person that attracts the people who are like them. And I know I've talked to a few coaches over the past year, and they say, well, I don't have anybody left on my Facebook, profile, or I have nobody in my contact list to invite. I've invited everybody. And my question is, do you have people right now that I went on your Facebook list and I said, hey, do you know what Alice, what Cari, what Sarah, what Mary, do you know what they do? Would they be able to tell me what it is you do? A lot of times we are so engrossed in the stuff that we're doing every day, but we don't realize how much of it we're not sharing, how much of it we're not expanding and sharing with our network. It takes a while, actually, to attract that network. The reason why is because if you haven't really been active on Facebook, and all of a sudden you become a coach, and you're going to post your before and after pictures, you're going to post about a challenge group, and then you sit there and you hit refresh and refresh and refresh, and nobody clicks like, nobody comments. Well, maybe your mom does. There's a reason for that. There's a technological reason because Facebook has what's called affinity. It has an affinity ranking, which basically is a popularity contest for your Facebook, for your profile. It ranks your posts, your profile, based on how many people have commented before, how many people have liked before, how many people have shared, how much interaction you've done to other people. And the idea is that when you put your post out there, you think your friends are seeing it, and the honest truth is 90% of them don't. And if you don't have a high affinity ranking, Facebook actually doesn't even post it to anybody's newsfeed. So that's why private invites are important. And that's also why you shouldn't get discouraged if people aren't clicking like and hopping on your post. It's probably because they didn't see it. We want to be able to build a niche by listening and studying other people who inspire you, and then duplicating that, and you will attract the people who like you. Here's the deal. Like, your kids are cute, animals are cute, that sort of thing. But your Facebook is now your business. I'm going to do this because I forgot. I did have a slide about that. Facebook is now the face of your company. And I'm using Facebook because that's what a lot of us are using. Who knows, in 2 years, somebody's watching this video going, face what? This can apply to any social media, any platform. You need to have a level of professionalism with Facebook because, well, if that's the tool, the main tool you're going to use to attract people, to promote your business. If you're not really using it and you are a face-to-face like 100%, then don't worry about Facebook. If you're using people and sending them to your blog or your YouTube channel, then apply this stuff to those outlets. You can say that it could also be that you have a hard time with what to post and how to post, and people aren't commenting and liking because you aren't the type of person who has, fitness fanatics. I was talking to another coach, and they're like, but I don't have friends who love fitness like you do, Lorri. And I said, well, I didn't either. And I still don't have a lot of friends who are super active in fitness. When you become a Beachbody coach, you want to make sure that you are connecting with people on all levels. You are not a coach 24/7. You're not working out 24/7. Don't become a Beachbody robot. You need to be able to still speak in other people's language, not just Beachbody and fitness. You need to make Facebook be able to provide information and benefit them regardless of what fitness level or if they like fitness or not. And then the more people you engage on different levels, then the higher your affinity will be, and then the more they will see more of your posts. I'm going to explain all this right now. So you're saying, okay, well, great. What do I write about? I sit down on Facebook, and what do I write about? I have drilled this and drilled this and drilled and drilled. 5 categories that represent you. What makes you you? You're a Beachbody coach. Well, so is 130,000 other people. How are you different? We all have different other personalities. We all have, like I said, we're not coaches and we're not working out 24/7. So what else do you do during the day? What else represents who you are? Are you an artist? Do you love to sing? Do you love to play music? Do you love a certain kind of music? Do you love gardening? Are you a mom? Do you love scrapbooking? There are lots of other things that encompass who you are. When you take off those workout clothes, who are you? For me, personal development advocate, because that has been a huge difference in my life. These are my things. My family is so huge because they are such a huge part of my why. And because of my past with my parents, things like that, just not going so well, I have made my family and strengthening my relationships one of the biggest goals that I've got. I'm a runner / fitness, so I do things other than Beachbody, home workouts. That's the other thing too, is that if you're always just posting about your home workout, you might have fitness friends, but if they're runners and they don't understand cross training, then they're not going to connect. And if they're gym rats and you're posting about this home workout program, well, they're going to be like, well, oh my gosh, like I can't ever work out in front of a TV. I got to be at the gym. So make sure you encompass all different aspects of fitness. And then number 5 is busy mom ideas, because I I'm not ever going to be posting a week's worth of meal plans. And that just isn't me. I'm not going to be posting about fashion. I'm not going to be posting about, the things that aren't me. I don't want to post about, because then I don't want to attract the people like that, because we won't have anything in common. It just won't work. We just won't click. And the busy mom tips is actually evolved into something even cooler that I'll talk about later. But I'm a busy mom, and I don't just sit around all day, and I realize that there are some things that I do that other people didn't know. Like, you can microwave a sweet potato. And some people just don't know that. And so I take for granted some of the things I do know, so I decided to start posting about them. So don't post about things you don't like, because then if you get a conversation about it, it's going to come off fake because you don't really like it. The whole idea of Facebook is your profile is where you are interesting. In conversations with people, you're interested in them, but this is where you're interesting and you want engagement. That is the number one rule for posting on Facebook, is to engage with people. And the law of 80-20, again, goes back to not being a fitness robot. The law of 80-20 says 20% of something brings the results. I mean, you look at a football team and all those people there, and only 20% of them are even playing, let alone scoring. Basketball team, you look at the basketball roster, and the top 20% are scoring the most points. You only wear like 20% of the clothes in your wardrobe, or you wear them the most often. Even with Beachbody, only 20% of your challengers are going to start and finish, that sort of thing. So there is a universal law of 80-20. And so you want to make sure that your fitness post, Beachbody, fitness, whatever it has to do with healthy living, is only 20%. And you want to show 80% of the rest of your life. So you are connecting with people on a different level and engaging them. I'm going to talk about the do's of social media. I'm going to go through these as quickly as possible so that way we don't take up too much time. But I hope this gives you a lot of different ideas. Do post 3 to 5 times a day. Like, that should be a no matter what, there should be at least 3 posts a day. The reasons for this is because you want to be active, because if you are posting every now and again, you're posting once and then you're not posting the next day, then when you invite people to a challenge group, how do they know you're going to be there for them then? How do they know you're going to show up every day if you're not showing up on your profile? And also, again, we're trying to engage with people. It's very hard to engage with a mass amount of people with one post. And we're trying to build a relationship of trust, letting them get to know you. So if you're only posting once a day, if you're only posting 3 times a day and then all of a sudden you go a week without posting, well, they're not going to trust and they're not going to get to know you. And so engaging them in conversations with you and getting to know who you are. Make sure you're asking questions. Don't just post statements. Ask questions. That way then you can get involvement with your posts. That way then they feel like they can be interactive with you. You're asking people's opinions. You're asking them you're opening up the door to say, hey, I'd love to start a conversation with you. And you know what? Just simple questions, not like deep political, mind-melting thoughts, but and this works great for people who might not have a lot of fitness fanatics. Because if you're going to post, hey, I did my workout at 6 a.m., I'm hot and sweaty, I feel great, I feel on top of the world, what workout did you get in? All your other friends are going to be like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. 6 a.m., she's already got her workout in and feels on top of the world. I'm just barely getting out of bed. So that's, and there's nothing for them to interact with. They're going to see that and be like, okay, cool, good for her. But if you see my post that I posted this morning, I posted a picture of my kids and I said, hey, you know what, just finished my workout. We had breakfast as a family. So again, I'm always sneaking in. I don't want to say sneaking in. I'm always putting in benefits of being able to work from home. We had breakfast as a family. We had to rush out the door to get to work. I have to take a shower, but first I get to take my kids to school on this beautiful morning. And then my question was, do you get to walk or drive your kids to school, or do they ride the bus? A simple question for them to answer. If they see that, they want to answer it. And so I let them know that I did my workout, So that's planted in their head. And then I just ask the question that they can answer. And so always asking a question opens it up for them to be able to talk back to you. Avoid quotes by themselves. There's been a lot of people I've seen, and I'm like, oh, that's so great, where you're thinking of like, what do I want to post today? What's inspirational? And they peruse through Pinterest, and they're like, oh, this is exactly what I want. And they download it and then paste it to their Facebook. It's like, that's great that you have that motivation, and that's great that that was your thought, but why was that your thought? What was the thinking behind that? And I even encourage you, find thoughts and motivational quotes and use your own picture. I mean, our camera phones make it so easy. And the two editing, I want to say, or word software that I use for the one for my phone is called WordSwag. WordSwag has, it has fancy lettering and things like that. So I just take a picture of my kids running to school, and I put, live every day, because this is not a rehearsal. So it just makes it different and makes it pop out. And then I had my story there. I'm going to show some examples, because I could also easily just post my own pictures with a quote, and it's like, that's great. But if you have a story, always be using your why, the benefits. I really love this quote because I was going through this struggle, and thinking of this quote really helped pull me out. Putting a story, again, getting people to know you. A quote is an awesome quote. That's great. But what is it about you that quote is affected? So try to use your own picture. Pick Monkey on the computer. I use WordSwag. Instaframe. Instaframe is free, and you can put text on there. And then Clip Stitch is the one where I upload videos. There's another one that I'm looking at. I have to pay for that one, and WordSwag you have to pay for, but it's worth it to me to make myself stand out and be a little bit different and not blend in with everybody else. That's gonna see. Sorry, wait, hold on. I see a question. Do you want to ask the question? I forgot to show the chat. Let me show the chat.
No, Lorri, it was me.
Oh,
I wrote, and it says Hank's name. But Canva,
yeah.
Canva.com is really good.
Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Canva. There's another one. Thank you, Tina. Sorry, I forgot that in my screen share, I can't see the chat. Sorry. You can just, turn your audio on and stop me. And use a picture with your posts, because the Facebook affinity makes it so that when you post a picture with your post, it becomes more popular. It just automatically lets it, it gives it the more popular rating. And it's a really technical, algorithm, but just know that posts with pictures, first of all, they're more eye-catching, they're eye-popping. You think about somebody scrolling on their phone, and they see a picture rather than just a status update. So post a picture as often as possible, something that is relatable to what you're saying, and keep it short. I write sometimes some longer posts, but I feel like I've earned the right to do that. I used to write really long posts in the very beginning, and actually it was Brigitte who told me, stop writing long posts. People aren't going to read it. They're sitting on their phone on the toilet, and they don't have time to read what you have to say. Until you have established a fan base, a friend base, and a base of people who really trust you and really want to know what you're saying, don't go into a huge, long, 10-paragraph post. Short and sweet and simple. And you'll know when you start getting more than 10 or 20 likes on a post, and it's, when you look at your post and you only have 5 posts or 5 likes, you know whether or not that post is resonating with people, that topic is resonating with people. But also you'll know when you can start writing a little bit longer, when you have that trust. They'll let you know because people will start liking your photos. And when you have nothing less than 10 likes on everything you post, that's when I kind of say you can start writing a little bit longer and getting a little bit deeper because people have given you their trust. They want to know what you're saying and doing. Indirect pictures. I love this because just kind of like the whole, hey, my kids are going to school, I did my workout, slip that in there. My personal development posts, they don't always have to do with exercising. They're just like things that I've been struggling with or I thought of, and I just put it out there. But a lot of times you'll see it's me working out. And so it is a indirect way of saying, I'm doing my workout and I'm doing personal development and I'm having a really pretty cool life right now. And it's been really funny because I've had people who have flat out like literally told me that I'm in part of a scam and they don't want to do my challenge group and they will never be a part, never write them back, don't bother them. And they're liking these posts of me working out with, and a personal development quote on top of them. And so they said, never, no way. And I'm still having this connection with them every single day because some days it's of my kids, some days it's of a sunset, and some days it's of me working out. And so I feel like I still have this connection with them, even though they told me, heck no, won't go sort of deal. So indirect pictures are a great way to be able to still connect with people. And so, it's a great way to slip that in there and still have that connection, that fitness connection with them, even though they hate working out. That's somebody who hates working out can still like the photos that you're posting. Posts that can be shared. This is where my 5 things: personal development, I'm a runner, my faith and family, and my busy mom tips. This is actually just recently evolved because I started posting all my different quick and easy snacks that I have through the day. And I just came up with this like healthy plus simple equals happy. And I just, it was just one day I had a bowl of asparagus with some pine nuts on it, some Bragg's liquid aminos, super quick, steamable, and it didn't take long at all. And I was just like, this is healthy and simple and it makes me happy. And so I have now posted healthy, simple, and happy posts every day for the past 2 weeks. And I've gotten a lot of likes, and especially ones that I post with a recipe on it, and they are getting shared. And so that is the way people are attracting, and that is one of the ways that I have been able to add people to my contact list. Because I have people who are sharing my picture, and then I see if people like that. And so I've had people who have shared my picture, and then their friends like it. I send their friend a friend request and say, hey, you know what? How do you know this person? What's the story behind that? Thanks for liking that photo. More easily accept my friend requests, and I've even had some people who have tagged their friends, and then their friends friend requested me. So having a shareable post that is, and I don't do this often enough. I am definitely letting you guys know, put your Facebook profile URL on the bottom, just a little tag, so then they know they can go see you, sort of deal. I don't do that often enough. I forget that. But come up with a organizational tip, a financial tip, something that is shareable, that is general, that everybody could use, love, share, tag their friends in, and then boom, you have reached a broader audience. And because their friend shared your photo, they liked it, you send them a friend request, and they know who you are. And so I've got 2 people I'm talking to right now, just from Monday or Tuesday, the post about the homemade dressing that I got from the Ultimate Reset. And I have 2 people who are really interested in the 21-day fix. And they're people that they're friends with one of my friends. I don't even know them. I don't know, I've not had an interaction face-to-face with them. So that is a key thing, is posts that can be shared. And then posts that can help you learn more about people. Hey, where's your best, we're going to go here on vacation. Where's the best place to stay? Are you a pet or a no pet, cats or dogs, or, some sort of an engaging post that helps you learn more about who your audience is. Are they early morning risers? Do they drink coffee? what programs do you like to watch on TV? You get to have kind of profiling who's watching you. And that way then you can cater your posts a little bit better. So you don't have early morning risers. Well, then don't be posting at 5 a.m. saying, hey, I've got a challenge group starting, because nobody's going to see it because they're not early morning risers. If you've got late night owls, then don't be posting at 4 p.m. that you've got a challenge group going. Post it at 9 o'clock at night, because that's when most people are on that are your friends. So learning more about the people that you are friends with. And then when they start engaging on your posts, tag them and write them back, and then take it into a private conversation. I posted today about marathon toilet paper, and I had people comment, so I wrote them back, and then I wrote them and said, hey, how are your races doing? How's your race season doing? And I made a connection with Rebecca. I didn't even know that she was still running, and we've now gotten into a message about how she's so busy she can't run, but she really wants to, and her cardio and her endurance is slacking, and oh my gosh, the 225 is going to be perfect for her. So when they comment, then that gives you an instant open door to send them a message. And again, that's 2 points for Facebook affinity, where they commented on your post, you like their comment, you comment back, tagging them in that comment, then you send them a message and they respond because they're online, and they just commented. So it'd be weird if they didn't answer you back within 24 hours because they just commented. So you have a touch point. So all these touch points, and boom, guess who's going to show up in their newsfeed next day with a challenge group post? You. So you're going to be in front of people more. And then here's a pet peeve of mine. Use a picture of you as your profile. Don't use pictures of you and your friends who are the same age. I literally went through this one person sent me a friend request, and it was her with a bunch of her friends, and I had to go through her pictures to figure out which one she was, who showed up the most in most of her pictures. It's like, that's ridiculous. If they're going to try and get to know you, have it be you in your picture. Now, it can be you and your spouse, but really it should be you. It's your profile. It's not you and your spouse's profile. Don't do flowers. Don't do your pet. Just make sure, again, if the purpose is to engage and build a relationship of trust, then we are promoting you, not flowers. And I'll show you an example. Then being consistent. Again, just continually showing up, and people will come, and you want to be the type of person that when people wake up, they type your name. I mean, think about it. Do you type people's names in Facebook to check to see what they're doing? Use Facebook as your own reality show. Like, you're a star. You're a TV star. You're a Facebook star. Think about how you look up other people's names. And even other other coaches. Well, if you're looking up other coaches' names, you know that their friends are looking them up to see what they're doing. So be consistent and do these things so people will want to look your name up and see what you're doing. Now, the one thing that I do want to say is that we're going to start transitioning into the don'ts. Don't freak out if you have done the don'ts. I did, and I still do. So I'm going to show you examples of what I have done and what I still am doing. But I encourage you, at the end of every day, I do this. I go through my last 5 Facebook posts. That's kind of the average scroll down. And I look to see if a stranger came to look at my profile, would they get to know the real me? Would they get to know who I am? What would they get from my posts? What would they get who I am, what I like, what I'm all about? For instance, Scooter came home. He had backlog charged. It was supposed to be a prepaid card. I didn't put any money on it for his lunch, and yet they still charge me for his lunches, even though I packed him a lunch. Anyway, I got upset, and I posted on Facebook, and I said, oh my gosh, has anybody else experienced this? What are these schools doing? Teaching my kid to live off of credit, and it was just, and I had a lot of interaction on it, a lot of support, and I talked, and, and I didn't get negative or cranky about it. But then at the end of the night, I looked back and I was like, that's going to be one of the posts that people see. A stranger might see, and that's not really representative of me. I don't want to be the person that vents on Facebook, but there's too many people who do that. I want to be the person who's a light and a bright, shining hope in other people's lives, and that post isn't going to be adding value to anybody. So I deleted it. You can either delete it or hide it off of your timeline. So I encourage you to go through the last 5 posts every night and say, is this really representative of who I am? And do I want people to know me in this way? And if it's not, sometimes I've written a post and it was supposed to be great, and I kind of look at it and go, that sounds kind of bragging, or no, that just really didn't sound right, and I just delete it because it's just not going to be helpful to anybody. So be consistent, and then use your profile to really take a look at yourself from an outside perspective. Now we're going to go to the don'ts. Number 1 pet peeve. Don't use corporate pictures. Okay, Carl Deichler posts a picture of a program that's coming out, and oh my gosh, I have learned the trick of unfollowing coaches, not unfriending, but you can unfollow coaches because there's no point in seeing them in my newsfeed. But it was so annoying the very first of the month, the 21-day fix, and all I see is the same picture posted. Oh my gosh, just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it looks salesy. It looks corporate-y. It looks like you are a business trying to sell a program. And that's not what you're doing. That's not who you are. Beachbody does that. The 21-day fix is on sale. Great. They can find that out at Beachbody. Have you done the 21-day fix? Have you used it? What are the benefits? What has a challenger done with it? So don't use corporate pictures because that, corporate does that. You're not corporate. You're not a business. You're not Beachbody. You're you. So don't use corporate pictures. Don't just post sweaty pictures. Okay, there's one girl and she's always posting a picture, not on our team, and she's always her tongue's hanging out. It's just okay, we want to show that we've worked out. We want to show the benefits of working out, but we don't want to show the ugly side of working out. We want to show obstacles, and it's not easy. But we don't, especially again, if you don't have a lot of people who really love to work out, they see that picture and you invite them to a challenge group and they're like, no way. If that's what I'm going to look like, I don't think so. Get a shower, put on a pair of pants that don't fit you anymore, and take a picture that way. Get creative with your pictures. Take some. Here's what I do. I know there's apps, and maybe Tina, you might know, to take pictures, timed pictures of yourself. I just take some video of myself, and then I just grab the stills off of that, or with Cam next to me, and we just take pictures of each other in our actual workout, doing the moves. Oh my gosh. These beast kick-throughs from Pio, they are so hard, but I finally did one and I kept up with them, and show a positive side of working out. You can be sweaty and you can say, oh my gosh, I am drenched in sweat. This is a killer workout. I am so glad that I was able to do it because now I'm going to feel like this, or because I lost the weight, but always add a benefit to it. Don't just post a sweaty picture. Don't argue and be negative. Again, like I talked about with the post about the school, it just doesn't add value. And there's too many people who are being negative, using Facebook to vent, and you don't want to be just like everybody else. Don't post and run. This has been my number 1 huge tip. When you're posting, don't just post and then be silent. If somebody comments, no matter what they do, like their comment, write them back. Be active. If you're just posting to post, then it's like you're a robot just putting stuff out there. You're not engaging. Again, the goal is to engage. So tag them and say, my marathon toilet paper. If you know, add me as a friend and go look at it. There's a brand of toilet paper called Marathon, and I said that I just feel like it's mocking me because that's the main thing I stress about with running. And so I had all these runners commenting. So I tagged them and said, oh my gosh, Rebecca, yeah, I totally, stress about the porta potty being in the wrong place or not there. Or, yeah, Matt, oh my gosh, the toilet paper roll being 26.2, that would be an idea that would sell. And so I engaged with them and I tagged their name. And so then I had a conversation with them. And that has been huge. Every single post that somebody comments on, I do my very best to comment back. And it might not be till later that night, but I comment back. So they know that when I ask a question and they answer, I see it and I appreciate it. Let them know. It's like customer service. You fill out the questionnaire, rate our service, and you send it in and you don't hear anything back from them. Don't do that. That's basically what your posts are. You're posting, they're answering, and you're saying thank you for taking the time to read my post. If you're always posting and they're commenting and you aren't there to respond, they're going to not really feel like it's worth posting or commenting back. So don't post and run. Now, it doesn't mean that when you post, you have to be on Facebook 24/7. Like I said, I have a time at night where I go through my posts for the day and I comment back if I haven't been able to get on there sooner. Don't say message me when you post about your challenge group. People don't have time to message you, especially now with the Messenger app, and people aren't doing the Messenger app and all that mess. And again, they're sitting on the toilet or whatever, reading your post, and it's like, man, I got to go and like type out a message or whatever. It's like that. They're just not going to. Say, click like if you want to learn more, or say in the comments, post me. Tell them what to say. In the comments, post me. 2 letters, and that's super simple. Make it simple for them. And never say in your post, if you want more information, let me know. If you want to join my challenge group, let me know. If somebody's going to let you know that they want to, they don't want to just let me know they want more information. They want to sign up. If I say let me know and somebody lets me know, they're ready for a challenge pack. Because most people don't know. If you want more information, let me know. Well, I don't know if I want more information. Do I? No, don't say let me know. Give them a command. Give them an action. If you want more information, do this. Because if you say let me know, that gets them thinking, well, do I? I don't know. Do I want to know? Don't give them the option to think they might not want to know. So just say, hey, you want more information? Click like, comment me. I'll get back to you when I get back on. Don't tag other coaches in your pictures, except for leaders with coach ranks, and Success Club. I do that because that is promoting you and showing your rank advancements, your achievements, your Success Club. But if you're going to post a post, and I've had this happen with lots of different coaches, and you're going to post about your next challenge group, and it's going to be awesome, it's going to be great, and you tag me in it, it's going to show up on my newsfeed. So you're promoting your business on my newsfeed. I'm going to hide it, or I'm going to click untag, because I don't want my friends going, hey, look at they're doing that. No offense to you. I know you're going to run an awesome challenge group because we're all running really great, awesome groups, and we're kind of running them all together. So, but especially coaches not on our team, don't tag them in a picture. If you want them to see it, write their name in a comment. So then they get notified that you've posted it, but it's not going to show up on their page, on their profile. Does that make sense? I hope it does. You can say, wait. So when you post a picture, then in the comments where you're allowed to comment, just tag the people that you want to see that post. And that way then they'll see it without it showing up on their profile. Because again, at the end of the day, when I go through my posts, I'm going to delete and unhide or hide all those things that I don't want on my profile. I'm very, very picky. There is a security way to say things don't get posted to my profile unless I approve it. Liking and commenting on other coaches' posts. I do that for you guys. We can show support. I get it. You guys want to engage, and we are friends, and we're supportive of each other, our team, other teams. We love you guys. I love you guys. You're awesome. But again, when it comes back to the Facebook affinity, and you're always liking and commenting on coaches' posts, guess who's then going to show up in your newsfeed? Those coaches. Guess who's going to show up in their newsfeed? You. So I love you guys. You don't always have to like all my pictures. And you don't always have to comment on my stuff. I want to hear what you have to say, but let's say it here on these calls. Or we'll have a phone call conversation. Especially if you're doing that with other, top coaches, things like that. Then that's who's gonna fill up your newsfeed is those coaches. Again, the people you're engaging with are the people who are going to show up in your newsfeed, and that's just going to block the other people who need your help, because coaches don't need your help. Well, they might for rank advancing, not as a team, but you know what I mean. Don't copy and paste. That's illegal. in my book. Don't copy and paste another coach's post. If they say it awesome and there's no way you could write it any better and everything is exactly the way you would say it, then share it. Give them credit for it. But here's what I would do. If you see a post and it's really awesome, grab your own picture, put your own spin on the topic, and then post that. I mean, yeah, I look at Melanie Mitros, I look at Tara Cars, I look at Brigitte, I look at Misty Reber, I look at all these different coaches, Scotty Hobbs, Lindsay Matway, Mindy Wender. I look at all these other coaches and I get ideas for what I would like to post, but I grab my own picture and I put my own voice to that topic. Because, first of all, copying and pasting, it's and especially not giving credit to the other coach. People know your voice. You have a certain voice and a personality that is coming through. And when you copy and paste another person's, it's going to be like, whoa, it's not going to sound right. It's not going to come off right. And people are going to be like, wait, what? So make sure it is your own stuff. And if it's, like I said, if you absolutely can't write it any better and you agree with everything they say and every word you would have used, then share it. But again, you're sending people to that coach, not you. And that goes with the share other experts' thoughts. I've seen a lot of people on our team, as well as other people who share links to blog posts, recipes, articles about running. You're sending them away. You're sending them to other people. And then they're not going to come back to your Facebook. And then when you want to invite them to a challenge group, they're going to be like, well, what do you know? And you don't have to be an expert. But just say, okay, you know what? There was an article I read on Runner's World, or there was a recipe that I found on such and such. This is how I changed it. Or there was an article on how to get your baby to sleep. I agree with it. I don't agree with it. This is why. Sort of deal. Don't send them away. It's like somebody coming in and saying, I want a pair of shoes at your shoe store and saying, oh, well, I heard that such and such people, they really like to sell that shoe that you really want. It's like, well, you have it sitting right there at your store too. And don't post just to post. Now, a mediocre post is going to be better than no post at all. Again, consistency is really important. And I don't want you guys to sit there and labor and take hours and hours and hours just to get one post done. A mediocre post, do it. We're going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes. And I'm like, well, that didn't work out well. You'll learn from that. But don't just post just to post, because then they're not going to get to know you. That is actually why I use an auto scheduler. It forces me to think about what I need to write. I sit down and I think about my target audience. I think about what struggles they're going through, and I think about what I can do to add value to their life. Fitness, busy mom tips, family relationships, running, personal development. Those are the things I may not necessarily be an expert in, but I know a lot more than the people who aren't doing those things and don't have those things. And I write to them purposefully so they can get to know me and where I stand on those things and why I love those things. So don't just post random stuff, because, again, we're building a brand. We're building who you are. And if you're posting random stuff, it's going to be very hard for people to put together who you are and to build that relationship of trust. Now, here are examples. I don't know if you guys can see this exactly right, but August 2013, look at that, T25, get it done in 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I just pulled some before and after photos, and oh my gosh, it looks like I'm selling T25. Ready to lose weight in 25 minutes a day? Seriously, you got to read this. Hello, commercial. Sounds like I just grabbed it off of Beachbody's website, and look, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people liked that post. Awesome. And nobody joined my challenge group from that post. I can tell you that. I remember that. It was like, hang my head in shame sort of deal. Then August 2014, Fit and Fab for fall. Guess what program everybody's doing? T25. Do I say that? No. People just want to get fit and fabulous for fall. I had 13, 14, 15, 16 people like it, but technically 14 people, because you could just keep liking. Stop liking my stuff, people. You're messing up my stats. No. So you can see that the difference between a corporate and putting you in it. Here are my 30-day, my 30-day before photos, being vulnerable. Yep, I fell victim too. I ate too many burgers, indulged in a few too many frozen yogurts, and I'm feeling the extra bulge right about now. I am so where you are right now. Let's do this together. Sounds a little bit more inviting. The other lesson from this is August 2013, I had 4 people post. I didn't stop posting. I kept posting, and I have been consistent, and I have showed up. And a year later, I now have 14 people who liked that post. I made Success Club, well, technically 12, but I lost 2 points last month. From that post, I made 10 Success Club points. Had I stopped back in August 2013 and said, well, that didn't work, I wouldn't be where I was today. Be consistent, try it out, and keep going. It is so worth it to build what you're doing. Number 2, 21-day fix, an actual post, really good friend. I'm going to message her and let her know that I really love her, but here's some tips and tricks. Celebrating the Canadian launch by putting the 21-day fix on sale. No, she's not. Beachbody is. She's not putting it on sale. Beachbody is. Beachbody's putting it on sale. Grab this program now and finish the final third of 2014 off strong. And then it sounds like an infomercial and a commercial. She can help people so much better than that. I know she can. I know her personally. I know the benefits she's felt from working out and the strong leader she is. So I saw the 21-day fix going on sale, and I grabbed a photo of my cartons so they can see it labeled. See a 21-day fix meal with me giving a thumbs up. And then I posted, as a busy mom who has time to weigh food and count calories, but then how do you know you're getting enough of the right stuff? There's a problem I just presented, and people are going, yeah, I know. How do I know? I don't have time to count calories. Oh, wait, the 21-day fix, it's a problem solved. I just answered their question and just solved their problem right there. The words didn't fit on this slide, but the post that I put with it, instead of just posting that, I said, have you used the food tracking system but haven't kept up the habit? Have you entered your info of what you ate at the end of the day only to find out that you went over and now you can't undo it? Do you know what portion size you should be eating for vegetables, proteins, carbs? And are you too dang busy to be counting calories anyway? That's me to a T. I hate restrictive diets. I don't have time to be entering, scanning, and counting the stuff I ate. Besides, that's no fun when you do that. The 21-day fix was a huge eye-opener. Not to necessarily what I ate, but how much I ate of each category. If you're curious about how all this works, click like or comment me and I'll send you more information, including a video I did on how it all works. I just did a video explaining the 21-day fix containers. I just showed them. I just made oatmeal using the containers. I made a meal, easy, as simple as pie. Put my phone on a little shelf so it could show me. And so I sent them that. And then I said, the best part, you can get it on sale through me this month, and I'll give you a month's worth of my meal plans for free. Well, I've been using the 21-day tracker. They're tracker sheets. So I got a month's worth of meals. I just type them all up, and then I send them to them. So I have, like I said, I have 2 people who, because I send them this picture just this week. I have somebody I talked to, they already bought it. So 2 Success Club points with 2 more by the end of this week, because I'm not being corporate. Corporate's not trying to sell or run challenge groups. They're trying to sell programs, not trying to run challenge groups. That's what you're doing. So don't take corporate stuff, because you're not trying to sell a program. You're trying to get people into a challenge group. So focus more on that. Here's an example of, I could easily just have let Andy there swinging off, monkey bars or maybe something or whatever, let your faith be bigger than your fear. But to get to know me better, I put a story with it. I put a story about how I had a conversation with Andy. So it just kind of made it a little bit more personal. But then you look down here in the Mount Nebo full and half marathon. I'm running that race on Saturday. So I took a screenshot and was like, yay, who else has a race this weekend? You think people scrolling through on their phones saw that? You know how many ads are on Facebook now? You want to know how many people probably saw that and was like, I'm not running the Mount Nebo full marathon. And they scrolled past it. I had 3 likes on that. And I had 2 likes on that, 3 comments. One of them was my mother-in-law, and she really does look my name up. So she didn't just randomly see that in her newsfeed. She looks me up every day. So I do it. I make mistakes. I deleted that off my profile because I'm like, that's not looking good. So there's an example of how to reach people using your own pictures and not grabbing screenshots of stuff and looking like an ad. But also an example of, just yesterday I posted that. So I'm still making mistakes and learning too. And this last one, if nothing else, if posting is feeling really overwhelming, look at your cover photo. I changed mine. I did have mine as a text, an inspirational text, and that was okay. But that's why, I got a lot from doing more researching. I've been listening to webinars and becoming better at this, because here's a girl I am actually friends with, and she is in one of the Running Mommies groups I'm in, and she is constantly posting about her next challenge group, and that is all she posts about. She just always posts about her workout, and she always names T25, and it's always, my next challenge group, and she never adds value to the group. And I actually am friends with the host of this group, who is another MLM, and she wrote me and was like, Lorri, this just makes me appreciate you so much more, because I'm commenting and liking and adding value about running and connecting with them on that basis instead of T25 and Beachbody. So the host of this group that I'm in, that's the other girl, this other Beachbody coach is in, the host sends me referrals. She says, hey, I had a girl who posted this in the group, and then I got to talking to her, and she wants to know more about blah, 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 blah. Can I send her your way? But look at this girl. First of all, my warm-up is greater than your workout. I did 20 miles yesterday, so I don't think so. I know I've done insanity. And then her profile picture is a flower. I don't know anything. I don't even know. Seriously, we've been in the same group now for a year, and I've been friends with her now. And I don't know what she looks like. I don't know who she is. And that's sad. And it's very hard then for somebody to feel like they can build a relationship of trust with this person. For me, and I don't mean this to be bragging, but me, you look at my profile, what are the first things you get? The 26.2 marathon shirt. I have 3 kids. I'm a woman in my early 30s. There's my husband, and if you click on the picture, it says faith, family, and fitness. It's hidden behind the names, but even if you don't see that, you see that, I'm married and I've got kids, and they're reading a book of some sort. It is the scriptures, and then I have a family, I have 3 kids, and look, we all run. They all have medals. How cool is that? And look, there's me. I'm posing, and I'm looking really fit. Look at, oh my gosh, look, those shoulder muscles. Those are awesome. She's being fit. Wait, Team Beachbody. I've heard of Beachbody. Beachbody, they do those programs. And I had somebody who wrote me and go, wait, you're with Beachbody? What were you doing there? You look like you're right up there. What event was that? It was a person who has said no multiple times to my invite to a challenge group. And I changed my cover photo, and she wants to know more about Beachbody and why I was there at that event. It was awesome. So if nothing else, the first thing people are going to see is your cover photo. And I promise you, doing these things, you're going to attract more people. Commenting and tagging people in your comments, that's going to show up, and you're having, they're having conversations with you. It helps with your affinity. Doing posts that are shareable, they're going to share it, and then you're going to just attract more people, and it's just so much fun. It's so much fun to be connected with people who are like you. And who, people who are sharing your recipes, then obviously they're going to try out the recipes. There are people who are looking for new recipes and that sort of thing. And it just makes it a lot more easier, more natural to connect with people, because you're you on Facebook. That's what I'm talking. Be consistent. Don't stop. My example there is classic. 4 likes versus 16. I don't. When I first started, and to be honest, my background is in social media. I was one of the first female podcasters in Utah, and I actually was hired by companies on how to brand themselves in social media. And it finally hit me back before Christmas, where I was like, duh, that's exactly what I need to be doing. I need to be branding myself. Who am I? What's my story? Getting that out there, so then I'm attracting people, and being consistent with it. Write to the old you. Again, I plan out my posts. And for me, I'm talking to the mom who is at the end of the day looking around at everything she did having been undone, looking at her kids and feeling so guilty because she knows that motherhood is the most important calling, and yet she just doesn't like it. She feels trapped. She looks at life and goes, is that all there is? Is this it? Every day, day in and day out. That's who I was. And I write to her. And it makes me almost cry. I write to her every single day. And I let her know that she can love motherhood because she can love her body and she can do so many fun things with her kids and she can build her relationship with her husband. And it's not all there is. She can do things that aren't undone at the end of the day. Somebody losing 2 pounds in your challenge group is not undone at the end of the day. I write to her every single day, and I want you guys to find who you are writing to and write to that person because it will be so much more meaningful when you connect with them. I have met the people I write to because they are the same people who I was, and I know how to help them. You don't need to be an expert. Somebody who's connecting with another person who's lost 100 pounds, great, but 100 pounds a year ago, well, that's still kind of hard to connect with. But you lost a pound this week. You shaved time off of your PR. You lost 5 pounds this week. That's more relatable even. So that's why I tell people you don't have to be at your fittest because it's actually going to be harder to relate when you're going back and saying, back when I was doing this, but just write about what you're doing now. You don't have to have lost 100 pounds. You could just do a workout all the way through. Do a push-up on your toes. Write about that. And financially, you don't have to be a top coach or an elite coach. Write about how Beachbody has changed your life in all the different ways. Talk about the dreams. I tell people, I am 2020, July 3rd, 2020, my house is going to be paid off. They know that, and I know that. I haven't done it yet. Does that mean they're going to be like, we haven't done it yet, so no, I am passionate about that. So they know I'm going to do it because I know I'm going to do it, and I write about my dreams every day. Then don't worry about what other people say. A negative comment is going to come because there are people who are going to be feeling uncomfortable with what you're doing because you're doing something good in life and you're stepping out of your comfort zone and they don't like it. And they will have something negative to say to make themselves feel better. Ignore it. Don't argue. Don't be negative back. Here's the deal. There are so many crap videos being posted on Facebook. I just saw a video. I was on Sunday. Sunday's my scroll through and don't do work and just like mind melt. And I saw a video where a cat like walks up to a screen door and somebody's like rigged to this laundry basket and it shoots the cat flying out. I don't even know if it's real or if it's video editing or whatever. It's like, really? Seriously, you posting about your fitness journey, there are far more worse things that you can be posting about. And if somebody has a problem with that, they can unfriend you and go find that cat video. And if they keep on commenting and they don't unfriend you, then you unfriend them. And if you want to, you block them because you don't need that negativity in your life.